What happens when two of the most powerful and controversial men in America, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, cross paths? Their friendship, their parties, and their scandals have fueled rumors for decades. But what exactly connects Donald Trump to Epstein's world of secrets and to the infamous private island? Jeffrey Epstein's name has become synonymous with scandal, exploitation, and the dark side of power. His arrest, mysterious death, and the long list of elite connections left the world shocked. Among those connections was Donald Trump, real estate mogul, TV star, and later, the President of the United States. Trump and Epstein's relationship has been dissected by journalists, lawyers, and conspiracy theorists alike. Were they close friends, casual acquaintances, or something more complicated? And what about Epstein's notorious island in the Caribbean? Did Trump ever visit? In this video, we'll dive deep into the timeline of their relationship, the evidence we know, the denials, and the unanswered questions. By the end, you'll understand why Trump's connection to Epstein is one of the most debated and controversial topics in American politics. 1. The beginning. Trump meets Epstein. The story begins in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Donald Trump was a rising real estate star in New York City, while Jeffrey Epstein was building his wealth through shadowy financial dealings. Both men were drawn to the glamorous world of Manhattan's elite, where money, influence, and social status intersected. By the early 1990s, Epstein and Trump were often seen at the same events. They both lived in Palm Beach, Florida, where they moved in the same wealthy circles. Trump owned Mar-a-Lago, his private club, while Epstein owned a mansion nearby, one of the largest in the state. A 2002 interview with New York Magazine featured Trump famously saying about Epstein, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. He's a terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." That quote would later haunt Trump as Epstein's crimes came to light. But at the time, it was just another comment in a city where powerful men often mingled. Photos soon emerged. Trump and Epstein laughing together at parties, often surrounded by young women. One particularly infamous video from 1992 shows Trump and Epstein together at Mar-a-Lago, pointing at women on the dance floor, whispering and laughing. To the outside world, they looked like friends. But how deep did this friendship go? 2. Parties, models, and rumors. Trump's world was one of beauty pageants, models, and parties. Epstein's world overlapped, except his parties had darker undertones. Numerous accounts describe both men being drawn to young women, some barely out of high school. Former employees and witnesses claim Epstein frequently attended Trump's events in Palm Beach. There are even claims that Trump once hosted parties where Epstein was a regular guest. Some reports allege Trump invited women to Mar-a-Lago for events that Epstein also attended. One lawsuit, filed in 2016, but later dropped, accused both Epstein and Trump of assaulting a 13-year-old girl at Epstein's New York mansion. The case gained media attention but was dismissed. Trump has consistently denied all accusations of wrongdoing with Epstein. At the same time, witnesses have said that Trump eventually distanced himself from Epstein. Some accounts suggest a falling out in the mid-2000s. In fact, court documents reveal that Trump once banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after Epstein reportedly harassed the teenage daughter of a club member. So was Trump truly close to Epstein? Or was he just one of many powerful men who brushed shoulders with him at social events? 3. The island question. Perhaps the biggest mystery surrounding Trump and Epstein is the question of Epstein's island. Little St. James, nicknamed the Pedophile Island, became infamous after Epstein's arrest. Witnesses testified about underage girls, celebrities, and powerful men being flown there on Epstein's private jet, known as the Lolita Express. So, did Donald Trump ever go to the island? There is no confirmed evidence that Trump visited Little St. James. Flight logs for Epstein's jet, which list passengers like Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, and others, do not show Trump's name. Trump himself has repeatedly denied ever setting foot on Epstein's island or flying on his plane. However, conspiracy theories swirl. Some former associates claim Trump and Epstein were closer than Trump admits. Others argue that if Trump had gone to the island, his name would have appeared on the flight logs. Yet critics say not all flights were documented. Adding fuel to the fire during Epstein's trial and after his death, online rumors exploded, claiming that lists of names connected to the island were being suppressed. Trump's critics point to his early praise of Epstein in the 1992 Mar-a-Lago footage as proof of closeness, while his supporters insist he cut ties long before Epstein's arrest. The truth remains elusive. What we do know is this: Trump and Epstein shared social circles, attended the same parties, and were photographed together many times. But whether Trump was ever involved in Epstein's darkest secrets remains unproven. Fourth, Trump's presidency and Epstein's arrest. When Epstein was arrested in 2019, Trump was president. Reporters immediately pressed him about his connection. Trump's response was measured. He admitted knowing Epstein, but emphasized they had a falling out years earlier. He even said, "I was not a fan of his. That I can tell you." Interestingly, Trump's labor secretary at the time, Alexander Acosta, came under fire. Years earlier, as a U.S. attorney in Florida, Acosta had brokered Epstein's controversial 2008 plea deal, which let Epstein avoid serious prison time. The scandal forced Acosta to resign from Trump's cabinet. Some argue this tied Trump's White House directly to Epstein's crimes. Others see it as coincidence. But the timing raised questions and suspicions that persist to this day. The connection between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein is a story tangled in parties, photographs, rumors, and unanswered questions. Did they share only a superficial friendship, or was there more lurking beneath the surface? What we know for certain: they traveled in the same circles, praised each other at times, and later drifted apart. Trump denies ever visiting Epstein's island or being part of his criminal world, and there is no hard evidence proving otherwise. Yet the images, the quotes, and the coincidences ensure that this shadow will follow Trump forever. In the end, the Epstein scandal reminds us of one thing: power protects power, and the truth about who knew what and when may never fully come to light. What do you think? Was Trump's connection to Epstein deeper than he admits, or just another case of guilt by association? Let us know in the comments.